Hi everyone, it's Veronica from Blue Star Crochet. In today's video tutorial I would like to show you how to work my crochet Napoly hat. This hat is worked in chunky yarn. It consists of the double brim, which is worked in half double crochet through third loop only in rounds, and then the main body of the hat is worked in single crochet bobble stitch, which I'll show you in this video tutorial how to work. So I have made a quick smaller sample to show you. This will become the double brim of the hat. It is worked in rounds of half double crochet through third loop only. I'll show you how to work that stitch. So to start another round, I'm going to chain 2, which counts as the first stitch. To work the first half double crochet through third loop only, you want to insert your hook into the loop, which is at the back of this stitch. So it's not the front loop, the back loop. When you look on the back of your stitch, there is another loop right there. So I'm going to yarn over. I'm going to insert the hook into the third loop, which is at the back of the stitch, and pull up a loop. And I'm going to yarn over, and I'm going to pull through all 3 loops. What this basically does is, if you work this stitch through this back loop, it will push the front and the back loop, the top V stitch, it will push it forwards, so then you get this kind of a knit look effect to the brim. So I'm going to show you again. I'm going to yarn over, and we've got the front loop here, the back loop, but when you look on the back of the stitch, there is another loop there. It's the third loop. So I'm going to insert my hook, pull up a loop, and I'm going to yarn over, and I'm going to pull through all 3 loops on the hook. So this is how you worked the half double crochet through third loop only. I'm going to go ahead and finish the round, and then I'm going to show you what to do next. So I've come to the end of the round. To finish off the round, I'm going to slip stitch to the top of the beginning 2 chain here to close the round off. So this is your double brim of the hat. I'm working on a smaller sample here. So as you can see, it's reversible. It looks exactly the same on both sides. To make it into a brim of the hat, we need to sort of fold it in half, and we're going to stitch the last round and the underside of the foundation chain. We're going to stitch these 2 together. You can do this with yarn needle and some yarn if you prefer, but I'm just going to quickly do that with some crochet stitches. So like I said, you want to join it. I'm going to poke this end in so it's out the way. And we're going to just I'm going to stitch these 2 together with just a single crochet stitch. So you basically want to create a tube shape. So I'm only working through the 1 stitch and 1 stitch on the foundation chain. And now we're going to turn it over, because as you can see, this bit is still open, so I only stitched it through the last round and the underside of the foundation chain. So now I'm going to bring this bit with this part and close it up here. So there we go. That's all stitched together, and this will now create the brim of the hat. To work the first round in single crochet bobble stitch, we need to look, if I turn it this way, you can see where the 2 chain at the beginning of each round runs at the top of the brim. So if you fold the brim that way, that the 2 chain of each round is at the top, we're then going to carry on and pick up stitches all the way around the brim, and we're going to work around the 2 chain of each round. So I'm going to find my first 2 chain, which is just here, and I'm going to insert the hook around the 2 chain. Let me just chain 1. I'm going to insert the hook around the beginning 2 chain of each of the round of the brim. So this is when you start working the single crochet bobble stitch. So to work the single crochet bobble stitch, I'm going to insert the hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. I've got 2 loops on a hook. I'm going to yarn over and pull through 1 loop. Then I'm going to insert the hook around the stitch again and pull up a loop. So I've got 3 loops on a hook. I'm going to yarn over, pull through 1 loop on a hook, which gives you 3 loops, and I'm going to yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on a hook. So this is your first single crochet bobble stitch. To work the next one, I'm going to insert my hook around the next 2 chain, and again I'm going to yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 1. I'm going to insert my hook again and pull up a loop, and I'm going to yarn over, pull through 1 loop, and I'm going to yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on a hook. So let's do it one more time. This is my next beginning 2 chain, so I'm going to insert the hook, pull up a loop, I'm going to yarn over and pull through the loop, and I'm going to insert the hook again and pull up another loop, yarn over, pull through 1, got 3 loops, and then yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on a hook. So this is the start of your single crochet bobble stitch. I'm going to carry on and work all the way around the brim of the hat, and I'm going to come to the end and we're going to join the round with a slip stitch into the first single crochet bobble stitch. So I have gone all the way around the brim in single crochet bobble stitch, And now I'm just going to slip stitch into the first one to join it into a round. So that's your first round of single crochet bobble stitch. To start the next round, we're just going to chain one and start working in the first single crochet bobble stitch, the same way as we've been picking up the stitches around the brim of the hat. There we go. So you would just basically carry on working around in single crochet bobble stitch to reach the height of your hat. The last 3 rows of the hat are decreased to make it slightly easier to sew up the top opening of the hat. I have used an invisible decrease for the single crochet bobble stitch because I think it just looks so much better than trying to work 2 stitches together using the single crochet bobble stitch. So I'm just going to quickly show you how to do the invisible decrease in single crochet bobble stitch. The invisible decrease basically means that we're going to work these 2 stitches together, but rather than working 2 stitches, 1 stitch in each one and then finishing them off as working the 2 stitches together, we're going to use the invisible decrease, which means that we're going to work through front loop only of the following 2 stitches together. So we're going to insert the hook through the first front loop only of the stitch, and I'm going to again insert the hook through front loop only of the next stitch, and I'm going to work through these 2 loops. I'm only going to work 1 single crochet bobble stitch through these 2 loops at the same time, which will essentially decrease by 1 stitch, but it will be kind of invisible decrease. So I've inserted my hook through front loop only of the following 2 stitches, and now I'm going to yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through the 1 loop. Now as you can see, we've got these 2 loops work together, and I'm going to insert my hook again through both of these loops, yarn over, pull up a loop, and then yarn over and pull through 1, and yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. There we go. So this is your invisible decrease in single crochet bobble stitch. So I'm going to show you one more. To do the invisible decrease, we're going to insert the hook through the front loop only of 1 stitch and through front loop only of the 2nd stitch, and now we're going to work a single crochet bobble stitch through these 2 loops at the same time. So I'm gonna pull up a loop and yarn over, pull through. I'm going to go back through both of the loops, pull up another loop, yarn over and pull through, and then yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. So essentially we worked these 2 stitches together using the invisible decrease. So I hope you liked today's video tutorial for my crochet Napoly hat. I used the single crochet bobble stitch, which I've showed you. If you wanted to grab the complete free pattern for my Napoly hat. It's available now on my blog, bluestarcrochet.com. I will leave a direct link in the description for this video. Thank you for watching. Bye!